The lady you see on your screen is named Annie Idibia. She is a Nigerian actress. I remember watching her in the earlier days and the start of what was now called Nollywood movies. I remember her being really classy, really poised. I considered her one of Nigeria's finest actresses. She was really admirable. But today tells a different story, I regret to say, and I say that with the utmost respect. I don't say that with any disrespect. I'm just saying merely what I see. Presently, she seems to be a shadow of a former self. Jittery, nervous, insecure, bouts of fury, just irate behavior. And from what we hear from the grapevine, it seems like all her problems started when she got involved with this character over here. What is his name? He is Nigeria's popularly known Two-Face Idibia. One of his most famous songs was African Queen. That is a video there where you can see Annie being featured. Now that everything is going to kaput, there's so much criticism of Annie. She should have left. She's toxic. All kinds of stories. And when I first heard, I kind of felt the same way until I heard more about her life. What I have heard was that he was with her when she was 15 and he was 24. That's how long it's been. So she was practically a child, very, very young, easily moldable, easily influenced. And she was with him, and from what I heard, he had 2 children before, a couple of kids before she got married to him. And so when I last started looking at that, I started to have a different take. And I don't think I'm as hard on her, although I see where she still is at fault, where she should have done things differently. But here is the first question that I have to ask is, where were her parents? Why weren't the parents involved? Why didn't anyone stop this? Because I know in the Nigerian culture, many parents are not going to stand for a man who has kids already. Parent influence is it's a very big thing in marriages in Nigeria. So where was her parents? Where was the mother? Or were her parents talking and giving advice and she did not listen? Where were they? The second factor I want to discuss that everyone is ignoring is how marriage is being held very highly in Nigeria, and how many times your status, your respectability is determined by being married and having a husband. And I'm wondering if this played a role in Annie's, what I consider very lousy decisions. Yes, everyone is saying she should leave, but we all know in the world today how marriage is placed. For many people, marriage is a status symbol. It's even more intense in Africa. And while everyone is talking, saying she should have left, a lot of these are Western ideologies. These are not ideologies that have been fully embraced in Africa. It's starting to. I think we're in its inception. But in that culture, that is a culture where a woman is valued by having a husband. And could it be the shame of leaving a marriage? Could it be the shame of feeling accused that she would be seen as less than, make her or force her to stay, to save face, to feel that she has not failed? Because many women today, even in the Western world, feel that being married is a sign of their self-worth. These could all have been reasons that played a role in her lousy decisions. My conclusion here is that when I consider all of this, I cannot be as harsh. At first, I was harsh. At first, I felt that, you know what, this is her fault. And she does play a role. But considering the age that this started, probably not having a good support system, good people around her, and like I said, in a culture that forces people and tells people that their self-worth. She even said on the reality show that people were calling her a disgrace. Everyone negates and knocks the woman. You know, if you don't keep a marriage, you're at fault. If you don't stay in abusive a marriage, you're at fault. You're not a good woman. And what has made this situation even worse is that it's said that she is in rehab for substance abuse. Allegedly. I have to say this allegedly. But I did see here her brother say something. Her brother came on Facebook and said that. But again, I have to say allegedly. I don't know. This is all hearsay. My conclusion for future reference, I hope that Annie gets the help that she needs and she gets better. But it is really important for people to make their own decisions. It is very important to get out of marriages and associations that do you harm. It's difficult to think outside of the box, but it is necessary to take the decisions that are best for you. Because when everything goes awry, you will be blamed and you will be by yourself. And no one will be concerned. You just have you left. I hope that in the future, anyone who falls into a situation like this, it is best to leave. It is very best to leave. It's best to ignore everyone and their opinions and what they think you should be and choose what you want for yourself. Most importantly, love who you are and surround yourself with strong women, strong, supportive people who will help you along the way and give you wise advice. Because I think that if Annie had wise people bolstering her up, she would have had more strength to walk away. She's dealing with emotional heartbreak, and now to be dealing with allegedly an addiction, that makes it even harder. Addiction is not an easy thing to get over. She has a huge road ahead of her. But a lot of that could have been stopped, and some people even say that this even led to the alleged substance abuse. So now she has a compounding problem that never would have been had she stayed away from the very beginning. I wish Annie good luck and a full recovery and to get away from that toxicity and keep it moving and walk into a brighter future.